Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. This is our final segment. It used to be Halloween costumes were just for kids. These days, everyone and their dog dresses up. Literally, they have dog costumes. You can find them all over. But joining us from Costume World is Joy Lee. She's a familiar face to me because I used to interview you back in the day when I was on Channel 4. I mean, you're kind of a local legend in terms of the costumes. How long have you been with Costume World?
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And I've been there 10 years. I've been in the Halloween business my entire life.
Have you really?
I used to work at Spirit.
Okay.
So I did that for like 10 years. And Marilyn came and found me there. And that's how I got here.
Tell us the story of the company. So Marilyn is the owner.
Her name is Marilyn Wick. She was born in Buffalo, New York. She started off being a waitress and a physical ed teacher and got her real estate license in 3 different states, moved to Boca Raton and had 2 daughters. And then one day she was a single mother and she had the idea for a summer project for the 2 daughters to make a Santa Claus outfit. And they did that with the help of a maid that they had. And then the girls got smart enough to rent them out of the garage. They put a newspaper ad out, and they had like 3 suits, and they rented them back to back. And that's how Costume World got started.
No kidding. What year was that?
In the 80s. Well, excuse me, let me go back. She started the company in 1977. It progressed over time into what it is today.
And how many locations do we have?
We have one in Dallas, Texas. We have one in Austin, Texas, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the corporate office is Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Wow. It's become a really big business. You and I were talking off the air about the idea that it seems like each year Halloween gets bigger and bigger for adults. When I was a kid trick-or-treating, the parent just kind of stood off to the side and let the kid enjoy Halloween. These days, I don't know who's more excited, the parent or the kid, because the parents get to go out to these cool parties, and coming to a shop like Costume World helps them have the most fabulous costume there. Am I right?
Oh, totally true. Everyone always comes back to us later and says, repeat business and says, I won the contest, or, everyone loved my costume. I took pictures all night long. I was the most popular person there. We help even, older people. I mean, this is not something for somebody that's a kid now. This has turned into something people that are 50 and over.
So what are some things that you should consider when going to a Halloween party? Should you and your spouse or your date go as a couple? Like, would it be Bill and Hillary Clinton? I mean, how do you advise people on that?
Actually, they advise us.
Do they?
Yes, they come in and say, I would like to be together as a couple. Let me have a couple costume. Other people just, would like help finding what they need because they already have an idea. And then there's just the people that you talk things into. They'll do anything. Just, let me know what you have for an idea. And then, of course, we find something that fits them properly and, get them all dressed up from head to toe.
Every year, it seems like you've got the hottest costume and then the tacky costume. I did some Googling, and I've so far found 2 costumes that are controversial, and people are always already condemning them.
Oh,
one
what was that?
is Cecil the Lion Killer. You remember the
Oh,
dentist?
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
not
the
gonna
other
be a
one
good one.
is a Caitlyn Jenner outfit, formerly Bruce Jenner. Yeah.
Yes.
So are you seeing any trends yet so far, or is next month the month that people are coming in?
They've already started. They would like to do the 20s. That's very popular. Medieval is very popular because of Game of Thrones, and they just they like the older period pieces that we have because our rental department has costumes in it from back in the 1800s, and people just really like the older, thicker material costumes. And that's why we're open, is because the public 24 hours a day almost needs something. I don't care what time we open in the morning. There's always someone there waiting for us. And no matter what time we close, even if it's till 9 o'clock, somebody is there at 9 o'clock. They are always needing costumes. So,
what are some of the stranger requests you've gotten over the years? Are there orders you just can't fill? We don't make that kind of costume, or we don't
So
have
far,
that?
that has not been the case.
Really?
No, we
You can
pretty
find
much are
something.
able to help everyone that comes in. Your price range, I mean, we have things from $3 and up, So we are going to be able to help you whether you need to buy it and keep it or you rent it from us. And we will work with you as far as that goes because we actually like to make people happy and have them enjoy themselves. We, during the year when we're not busy, we do a lot of school book reports. And we actually give, a school discount of $65 for a school book report
No
costume.
kidding. So if you want to come as Ben Franklin or something like that?
They get points for coming and looking the part, and I think it actually helps them remember who Ben Franklin is or Martha Stewart or whoever they're doing.
That's really cool. My guest right now, Joy Lee, she is with Costume World and has been helping the media out for years with their costume stories this time of year. Let's talk about political outfits. Seems like every 4 years when somebody's running for president, you get these hot outfits. Do you feel like you're going to get a lot of calls for Donald Trump this year?
Actually, we get calls for him all the time. So, yes.
Even before he was running?
Yes. We sell his wigs all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. People are always, they're coming in just exactly for Donald Trump.
So you've been in the business for 10 years. In terms of like hot presidential masks, how does Barack Obama compare to Bush or Clinton or?
That's a good question. A couple of years ago when he first was running, we sold a lot of him. We haven't had any requests for him lately, but I'm sure this Halloween somebody will, want to pick that up. Mostly, though, it would be Kennedy and Nixon.
Is
who
that right?
everyone wants. Mm-hmm.
So if you had to rank most popular political mask since you've been at Costume World, would it be one of the presidents that in recent memory, or are we talking about Kennedy and Nixon?
Kennedy and Nixon is who they always ask for.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Especially like if someone doesn't want to put too much effort into getting dressed, but they want to make a big splash, they'll just wear their suit from work and put on the mask.
Let's talk
and
about.
they go incognito, of course, by that point.
Let's talk about Halloween etiquette. I remember one year at Channel 4, we had a costume party, or we encouraged people to come as their favorite news story, and somebody came as David Koresh from the Branch Davidians with kind of a burnt outfit. If you remember the Waco standoff,
yes.
And everybody was like, "No, too soon. You can't make fun of that." Is there an etiquette to when it's funny and when it's just tacky?
I believe that there is, because there's no reason to have controversy, because that stirs too many things, in people's head, and then they don't focus on Halloween. They're just back to political stuff or whatever's going on at the time. So it's actually funnier if you do it a little bit after it. If you do it right when it happens, then, you could offend somebody.
Do you tell people the truth when they come in to ask, hey, I want to go as Cecil the Lion Killer? Do you talk them out of it, or how do you see your role there?
I'd like to make people happy. Maybe if I did that, because someone wanted that, they requested it, I maybe wouldn't give them blood or a gun. Maybe I would just try to dress them as, the lion itself and not take it too far.
Right.
That's probably how I would do it personally.
Have you ever refused to sell an outfit to somebody because you just felt like it was in poor taste?
Something that's too tight, yes.
Oh, really? Because that seems like to be a trend that I see. It's almost pushing the envelope each year, the sexy nurse or the sexy this or that.
Oh, yes,
costume.
The dresses get shorter and shorter every year.
Do you think, is it just an excuse for ladies to wear something they could never, ever wear in real life?
Well, that's a really good question, isn't it?
you wear that in the office, you get fired, but you wear that to the Halloween party, you can totally get away with it.
Well, I'll just say once a year is enough as far as that goes. So, you get to be whoever you choose to be for that evening. So I don't see anything wrong with it that night. But no, I don't think people should walk around like that all the time.
Let's talk about kids' costumes. You do the children's as well?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What do you see being hot this year?
This year they've been asking for superheroes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which superheroes are?
Batman, Superman, Iron Man. It's been popular for the last 2 years for the children.
How about the zombie trend? It seems like a few years ago, we
A
just
couple years ago, yes, the zombies were very big for everyone, even adults. And they'll be big this year, too. That's a big seller because you can wear your own clothes from home and put makeup on and, do your own version
Do you get dressed up for Halloween?
every year.
Do you?
I've dressed up every year since I was 3 years old.
Have you picked out your outfit this year?
No, actually, I haven't.
When do you usually, are you kind of
I kind of wait till the last minute because I like to see what everyone does, and I, just want to get a feel for what I feel like wearing that evening because by the time it gets there, I've been at work all day and we're still trying to go out. So, you don't want to wear heels on an evening like that after you've been at work all day. So I choose my costume at the end of the week.
Give us an idea, kind of price range from an inexpensive costume all the way up to your most expensive costume. What can people expect to pay?
Oh, I would say a costume starts at $35, and I would say the most expensive thing we have over there are larger costumes or like Big Bird.
Oh, really?
We have a yellow bird, and he is a large item, and he's like $500.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And you probably can't get him in a compact car, can you?
No, you cannot. He's very popular also. He's a mascot.
Where do you see the trends going as we move forward? Will it continue to be kind of superheroes for the kids and princesses for the girls, or do you see that changing?
I believe a lot of people are all over the board as far as the medieval. There's just so many things like that that everyone has their own little niche, and there's lots of people dressing up now, so it becomes something that is going to go forward, based on TV shows and what really is going on in the world. That's how people pick their Halloween costumes.
You've been there 10 years. You must love it.
I'm in love with it, yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And Marilyn Wick makes it easy because she is open all year long. And for someone like me who enjoys costumes, it's a blessing.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you see her? Does she come into the store?
I see her several times a year. I fly back and forth. She lives in Florida.
Okay, we're out of time, but costumeworld.com is the website. Thanks so much. This has been the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you.